Hello, and welcome to The Precap, a Daily Show podcast where we sit down with this week's host to recap some of the latest news and preview what's coming up next. I'm Randall Otis, if you're a fan of the credit section of the show, a writer, and I'm joined today by our host this week, Michael Kosta.
Hi, I'm Michael Kosta, if you're a fan of the beginning part of the show.
Yeah, mine's more fun. At least that's what my mom says.
Do they still roll credits?
I don't watch the show.
I mean, I recently was watching a different show, and I wanted to see who wrote on it, and I paused it, but I could never just time it right.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they just assume everyone just will Google it.
Yeah,
that's what the credits say is just fucking Google it.
Because I love a good credit.
I like when there's stuff. I do miss. I was watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I remember I'm like, I miss blooper reels. That'd be very fun.
Oh,
to
did
bring
they do
back.
that?
No, they stopped. I feel like they
Okay.
stopped in like the mid 2000s.
I really like older movies. Really old movies. You haven't started the movie. For 5 minutes, they're rolling the pre-credits. Directed by, written. I love that.
Yeah, as the characters walking through.
Like I love that. Like, show me all the people it takes to create art. I love that.
Yeah, and it's just like, just so you know, this isn't like a YouTube video. I worked hard on this.
With a lot of motherfuckers were involved. There's 6 wardrobe consultants on this thing. Yeah.
And we fired 5.
Yeah.
But let's see, what's been happening this week?
What's been happening? Yeah.
I guess technically the big thing was the State of the Union.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Did you watch live?
I did not watch live. I tried to, and I got so frustrated at just what is this? What are we listening to? The lies, the non-news, and I disengaged, and then I felt like shit. I should be engaged. If this is how we got here as a country, we're not paying attention.
Yes. I don't know. I feel multiple ways about it. I guess I feel like if I were a Democrat, and some of them didn't, but I wouldn't show up at all.
I wondered if why there was even a Democrat contingency there. And then I read that like 14 did boycott.
But I feel like it's kind of the thing you're talking about, where it's like, I feel as though I should. This is just what we do.
Right.
This is tradition.
Right.
But we live in a time where so many traditions and norms are just being thrown out the window that to adhere to them still feels really silly to me. I was like, why are you going to get yelled at for 2 hours?
Right.
It feels very dom sub. It's like,
it does
Daddy
feel
hit
dom
me.
sub. My biggest complaint of the Trump era is how people say, but he's doing a thing we've never done before. And I'm kind of like, we have to get over that.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
It's like, grow up.
Yeah, grow up. This is so I agree with you that it's happened every year. We've had this discussion of what is the State of the Union addressing and do we need it?
Well, I was listening to what's his name, Jamel Bowie, New York Times columnist, and he was talking about that, how we haven't done this forever.
Right.
Like, I think it was before Woodrow Wilson. There wasn't a giant State of the Union. The president would just send a letter to Congress. It was like, all right, here's how I feel things are going.
Right. I want to drop this on you. The Gettysburg Address was 272 words.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech is roughly 1,600 words. Trump's State of the Union was over 10,000 words. I mean, he speaks so much, it's almost meaningless.
Yeah, but that's my thing too, is like, because I try to approach well, actually, I have a brother.
Okay.
And he's a smart guy, but he is I kind of use him as a barometer of like the median voter. Like if he talks to me about something, I'm like, oh, this has breached containment to the mainstream, or like this is how people
My brother
feel.
in Michigan is the same. Oh, you're upset about this? That's the general voter.
Yeah. And I was like, what did you think of the State of the Union? And he was like, oh, it was boring. Which I feel like if you're Trump or you're this administration, that's kind of the worst possible thing, because most people are here for the show.
Yeah.
And if the show is boring and bad, then it's like, what is the purpose of you?
And nobody was at the Gettysburg Address and walked away saying, you know what, that was boring.
Weren't most of those guys like shot?
It's
got to be the worst, because it was right after the battle.
Right. And it was also like someone had to type it up and print it and then send it out, which took like 3 years at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never thought about this. Now I'm thinking about the audience at the Gettysburg Address. I don't know. If I was a soldier, I don't know how my mind would go. On one hand, I'd be like, wow, thank God, like, our president's here, the leader of our nation, as we try to reunite this union.
Right.
But I feel like another part of me would be like, brother, I just did all the hard work.
Yeah.
What? Fuck you. It's like, how you boys doing? It's like, oh, now you show up.
It was probably short because they were bleeding to death.
Yeah, and probably everyone was sick back then. It's like, it's short speech.
Yeah.
I do have dysentery.
Yeah.
And it's either I'm using the bathroom, I'm using the hole, or I'm using my hat. So.
I need to go eat a sandwich also where we shit.
I also have speed dating with my cousin later. My wife is famously insane, and I'm trying to get out of this.
My fear with the State of the Union is that it becomes so political and overblown, which it already has, that the average American does not pay attention. But I also feel like it actually isn't of much value. So I'd rather you pay attention when you vote than the State of the Union.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because also I feel like most presidents don't tweet or talk directly to us or aren't on the news all the time.
Right.
So with the State of the Union, I'm like, oh, okay, what have you been up to? What have you been thinking? But I'm watching the State of the Union, I'm like, I read this tweet yesterday.
I was going to say, like, he really should have been discussing Iran, Epstein, but instead he just tweets about all that stuff and doesn't even talk about it.
Well, what I thought was interesting, too, was he didn't talk about Minnesota. Right? And
he did talk about an immigrant that killed a woman, even though that immigrant was born in North Carolina.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Let me talk to you about general bad driver. I mean, you're from Michigan. I feel like that would be the worst to talk about. It's like, we're talking about drunk drivers. We're going to start with Michigan. Then by April, I think we'll be done talking about them. But yeah, no, he didn't really talk about Minnesota, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Because he never shies away from anything.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like one of the worst, something that seems like a bad look, he'll defend it. But I am surprised he didn't try to defend this at all. It was just like, we're not going to address it. We're not going to address ICE.
Yeah, he didn't give it any oxygen. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what the average voter thought. Anything else more exciting to talk about?
I don't know. Oh, local news. We had the great NYPD snowball fight /
I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen it?
I want to see it.
Now to what was supposed to be a fun scene in Washington Square Park. It quickly took a turn when a massive snowball fight started targeting NYPD officers. The department says several of these officers ended up with cuts to their faces, and the NYPD commissioner, Jessica Tisch, says detectives are now investigating this. The mayor, though, today said while people should treat officers with respect, he stopped short of saying that those involved should face charges.
This was an organized snowball fight.
Yeah, it was like planned on social media.
So then why are cops walking through it?
Well, that's
wait. Didn't everybody get hit with a snowball?
Everyone did get hit with a snowball.
Right, like if I walked through, I would get hit with a snowball.
Yes.
For sure.
And then there was like two sides, and they walked down the middle of both sides.
Were they there to keep the peace?
I guess someone called the cops because they're like, I don't like this snowball fight. And yeah, there you could see kind of rolling through Beastie Boys style.
Yeah, I mean, this is a wonderful discussion about what is a snowball fight. Is it fun? Is it a weapon? If you're throwing ice, is that different than if you're throwing soft packed snow? Is this assault? Is this New York City where cops don't do anything anyways? So fucking maybe we've been trained that. I mean, this is hilarious.
Well, my thing is,
oh, this guy's actually pissed, huh?
Oh yeah, the guy with the beard is furious. And then like they escalate, because right now they're just kind of getting hit generally.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're in the middle of a snowball fight. But then later on, at least from the video I've seen, I guess they've already done it here. They like were throwing people to the ground.
Oh shit.
Because they were mad they're getting hit by snowballs. Right. And so then now everyone's targeting them, but it's like that
guy's gonna grab his fucking taser.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say all the things. These guys should not have been sent into the middle of a snowball fight.
No.
Right? So that did not set them up for success. If anyone, he's still getting hit. If anybody has ever been to Washington Square Park, it is mayhem at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even, when I'm waiting for a spot at a comedy show, I don't even like to go to Washington Square Park because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to get hit with.
Yeah, like this is where Pigeon Man lives. If you guys don't know Pigeon Man,
Right.
he's, as you can expect, is a man who has, it seems, powers over hundreds of pigeons that come and he feeds.
This guy's really pissed. God damn, he's really mad. Oh, there's still now. I think people are like charged with this shit, man.
Yeah, there's like 4 people I think who've been charged with assault, like 20-year-old future Timothy Chalamet.
Right. I will say, when I feel unsafe in the subway and I look at the cops and they're all looking on their phones, I kind of want to hit them with a snowball.
Yeah.
But also, I would also say they did not get set up for success here.
It kind of does perfectly exemplify as Mamdani's point, because during the election, he was like, I don't think every single 911 call needs a police officer.
Right.
And people were like, absolutely not. It's like, you'd never know when the danger's going to come out. And I'm like, yeah, this is a snowball fight.
This is a perfect example that if they would have sent 3 plainclothes officers, unidentified, just to suss out the scene,
Yeah.
nothing would have happened.
They could have like deputized Pigeon Man. Where I feel, because I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of the police officers,
Okay.
where I would be like, I don't want anyone to know this happened.
Right.
I would find this incredibly embarrassing.
Right.
Please do not have 5-minute HD footage of me getting mad at 18-year-olds for throwing snowballs at me, especially because you're a New York City police officer.
Yeah.
Like we have police officers still alive here who were like in 9/11.
Yeah. Right.
And so now I have to go and be like, dude, same.
Right.
about a snowball fight.
I went to Washington Square Park during a snowball fight.
I totally get how you felt that day.
I will say, so I'm hosting this week. One of my guests is this director of the Netflix documentary, which uses body cam footage, called The Perfect Neighbor. Mm-hmm. Did you see this?
I haven't seen it.
It's kind of this very confrontational, very paranoid white woman who keeps calling the cops on kids trespassing her property. They're just playing.
Where she live?
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, of course. Long story short, very, very sad. Very sad. This is not a funny thing.
Oh.
Long story short, one of the kids' moms approaches the woman because there's a confrontation, and she shoots and kills her.
The paranoid woman shoots the mom.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's a white woman with a gun shoots a black mom, and it's very sad. Very, very sad. I was crying yesterday watching it. We'll get into the documentary when we have the guest on. But I will say this. I think every American should watch what it's like for a cop to go into a scene that you don't know anything about. You don't know what the violence level is. You don't know who's there. I mean, it's terrifying. Like, to watch them, the cops, have to approach this woman's home. They don't know if she's home. They know that a shot. I mean, it's insane. Like, what we put cops through is nuts. Mm-hmm. And I get the kids wanting to hit him with snowballs, because that would have been that's me too. But I do think there's a disconnect between what the average American thinks cops do, and when the shit really goes down, we need them to enter that room. And but most New Yorkers, probably a testament to how safe the city is, really, that most New Yorkers just feel like, hey, let's throw snowballs at the cops because my life is pretty good. I don't know.
But that's where I feel, again, from the PR side of the police department, I'd be like, obviously, there must be like real things that happen every day.
Right.
Just film that.
Right. Film that. Yeah. Don't film the.
Yeah. Why are you sending the A24 crew to record the snowball fight?
Also, we do need to decide as a society: is the snowball fight? Is it all fun and games? When does it change? What type of snow are we packing? If you did a snowball fight to the previous blizzard we had, that shit would hurt.
Yeah. And it is snow that's collected in New York, so it is
it's
like
got lead,
a biological
it's
weapon.
got biological weapon. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, look, I'm already gonna die. Let me just throw this final snowball.
I feel bad that those cops got sent there, but I feel worse if real young men and women are now being prosecuted for that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does suck. And I guess, it sucks for those kids.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get for not accepting me to NYU. Just kidding. I didn't even apply.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, Epstein files.
Well, yeah. Let me just say this about Epstein files, everybody. And then I don't say anything, and I die.
You get shot. We both die.
I mean, Yes, the media should be addressing that anything about Trump has been redacted or removed or not there in the first place. This is the problem when the executive in chief is also in charge of the DOJ and uses Doge to slash everybody that would question him. So yes, but I hope we as media can dig in more and point this out.
Yeah, it does suck that there is no one you can turn to because the cover-up goes to the top of law enforcement. It feels like the closest we get is like asking other countries to look into it for us. Because I feel like people in Europe are getting in trouble.
Yeah.
The prince.
Yeah.
Other business leaders of
it's cute.
Products
it's
I don't
cute
know
that
about.
other countries still. It's not cute. It seems cute to us, but they still have like a moral standard.
Yeah.
And we just seems like have fucking lost it, and it's very frustrating. And but if you're Donald Trump, I mean, first of all, they didn't release the files when they were supposed to. They took extra time
They're actively
to redact all this
breaking the
shit.
law.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's not keep talking about Epstein.
Sounds cool. Okay. There's a lot of ice news.
You mean like actual like?
Oh, like it's cold.
It's cold. Yeah. Well, it's fucking
there was
cold.
the U.S. hockey gold celebration / fallout controversy.
Yeah.
The men's team mostly, only pretty much.
I have a controversial take. You ready for it? I believe that if the president had called the women's team right after they won and said, I'm going to invite you to the State of the Union, and I probably got to invite the guys' team also, I bet you they would have laughed. I bet you they would have laughed. Now, let me backtrack. President Trump probably didn't even know we had a women's hockey team, right?
Yeah, probably not.
He certainly had not called them. But I'm giving the men in the locker room a little more leeway here because they had just won the gold medal in overtime, sudden death against their heated rival, another hockey reference, Canada. I will not give President Trump a pass for like calling the men and trying to be like alpha with them by belittling women. That's awful.
My take is more like I don't know what people thought hockey players.
Yeah,
were
well, my other thing I was gonna say, I think like the sad part about all this, and I'm a huge tennis guy, and it kills me every time I find out my favorite tennis player is probably Republican. But in general, sports, high level athletes lean to the right for sure.
Yeah, it's just like hockey players are a collection of the most resilient and talented alcoholics we have in America.
That's true.
I don't know. Well, one, I'm not a woman. Two, I don't watch hockey. But also, it's just like my expectations were already like at the floor.
Yeah.
So when I saw them kind of mocking the women's hockey team, I was like, yeah, that's what they do. It's like seeing a dog shit outside. I'm like, that's kind of what I expected. I do feel bad for the women's team in the sense of I would be annoyed that I have to spend my time just talking about the men's team. I was like, I just want a gold medal. I know. He was like, what do you think about this? I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to celebrate and party and hang out with Flava Flav.
Yeah.
He invited the women's team to like his own celebration. And I didn't know this. One of our other writers, Nicole, told me about this. Apparently Flava Flav is a huge supporter of female athletes.
Wouldn't have known it.
Like he gives money, he'll travel, he'll hold celebrations for them. Like Flava Flav is like
he's into Title IX.
Gloria Steinem of women's sports.
I said this on my podcast, the Tennis Anyone podcast with Michael Kosta, but of course Trump co-opted the men's team. They're all white and they won. I mean, this is like his dream.
Yeah.
This is like you project confidence and you be white and you win. It was so pure when they won. It was so enthusiastic. It was so miracle on ice. I was so excited. I was watching with my family. And then they interviewed Jack Hughes afterwards. And I don't know if you picked this up, Alan, and I'm curious what the Canadian in the booth thinks about this. Did you hear how many times he said the word brotherhood?
I did not. I turned the TV off immediately
right,
after the
because
game.
you're Canadian, and probably in
You
Canada
got whooped.
you had to walk all the way to the television and like press the button in, right? Because that's how old school your tech is there in Canada. Oh, Jack Hughes wins. He's 24 years old. He's an amazing hockey player. He's probably an amazing guy. I don't know him, but he kept talking about the American Hockey Brotherhood, and every time I heard that word, I was just wondering if it was a little coded, if it was a little MAGA. I wasn't sure.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I just wasn't sure. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I've been living in the political sphere too much. I know Navy SEALs talk about the brotherhood. And I can tell you from my collegiate tennis team, we didn't use the word brotherhood. What is this? Oh, shit.
So
what is this
Raffi, this is Raffi's Instagram. Raffi, the children's musician.
Yeah, I know Raffi.
Singer
He
of
sings Baby Beluga.
He goes hard on Instagram, and this is him coming for the Hughes brothers.
First of all, there's so much to unpack here. Raffi goes hard on Instagram?
Raffi goes hard on Instagram.
I'm excited because I really like his music, especially for my kids. They're great.
Is he like a children's musician?
Yeah, he's a children's musician.
Oh.
It's good. It's like legit music.
So this is like if like Steve from Blues Clues was.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Correct. So Raffi Music says former Canucks captain Hughes is now a bad memory. Zero respect. Good people don't get chummy with child sex trafficking rapists. That goes for the rest of the U.S. men's hockey team. I so respect Raffi for his music is not political. So there's a lot of people who support Raffi's music that are like, don't say that about Trump. And I love when an artist goes hard on.
It's like, fuck it.
Yeah, I love it.
I hate this guy.
I think it's fucking. And also, I will say this: it's the right play because his music is for kids. So of course he's protective. Baby Beluga is a great song.
Shall we sing Baby Beluga together?
It'd be funny. He's like, fuck Donald Trump.
I can't tell you how many times this song's been on in my house. Fuck Trump. All right, that's enough of that. I can't hear it anymore, else I'm gonna puke. But good job, Raffi. It makes me like him even more. I do get really annoyed, particularly now when artists are not speaking out. Like I think it's playing it super safe and it drives me crazy. Anyways, I don't know. Just because you take a picture with the president, just because you go to the White House, I don't know what that means. Sometimes organizations get invited places. I don't know how much to hang my hat on this. I just wondered when I heard brotherhood over and over again, and then they all laughed when Trump made fun of the women, and then you start piecing it together, and I go, I still don't really know where they stand politically. It also shouldn't really matter, but it ruined a lot of my enthusiasm. Let's put it that way.
I do think it's like I feel like a bunch of them are probably MAGA guys, and then the rest are similar to what we were talking about before. It's like, well, this is just what you do. You get an invite, you take the invite. But I'm like,
For sure.
and I have less demands and expectations of them as compared to politicians. But I'm like, well, you can't just be like, my dog's gonna get sick next week. I just can't.
But I Jon Stewart always says this, and I think you're right. You bring up a great point. We're harder on the comedians and the athletes than the actual elected officials.
Yeah.
Like why do we expect the 24-year-old who's been shaving hockey pucks on his breakfast every morning for the rest of his whole life to be good at hockey to have any real political? What's our expectation of that?
I feel like it's a couple things. I think it's like, one, as a person who doesn't watch hockey and did see heated rivalry, it's like, oh, I thought you guys were gonna just make love with each other and not, be politically active at all. And two, I think it's just like you feel like you have such little control over politicians. It's like, well,
right.
They're not gonna listen to me. Maybe this hockey
That's
player
true.
will.
And like my elected official, I don't say like, hey, that's me. But when I watch my favorite tennis player or growing up, the bad boys of the Detroit Pistons, I'm like, well, no, you guys represent me.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like, wait, how does Isaiah Thomas represent me? But, it's like that was my team. That's my thing. So you're right. It's an easier hero to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Thanks for Raffi music. I mean, if anything, I'm gonna give him a live follow.
Yeah, give it to him.
Right.
Also to Alan, our
Yeah.
Canadian fellow. This is another. This is why I'm mad that we threatened to invade Canada, is because that used to be such a fun little silly rivalry we had with Canada. It's like we'd beat you at some sports, you'd make fun of us,
Yeah.
we'd make fun of
Yeah.
you for maple syrup,
Yeah.
you'd make fun of us for mass shootings and not having health care, and it was just like a cute thing.
Right.
And so now I'm just like, yeah, we won. That's right, bitch. I'm sorry about actually threatening to kill you.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Right, it's
it like kind of taints this simple fun thing we used to have.
Well, and their prime minister, Mark Carney, he's done a nice job defending Canada and economically, Jim Beam is taking a year off from making whiskey because their economics is so far down. We went to Canada to shoot the Sex piece, which I think Alan has up. Dude, we tried to order American whiskey after the shoot. Dude, there's no American whiskey.
Were they
Montreal.
like, no, we don't have it, or was there a little extra? We're not serving.
Dude,
that?
they literally said this. They go, and they're beautiful Quebecois accents. They said, "Do you see that shelf there?" And it was just an empty fucking shelf. And they go, "That's usually American bourbons and whiskey, and we don't carry it now." And I was like, "Nice
What
work,
happened?
Canada.
Yeah.
Nice work." So what did I drink? I drank a Canadian whiskey, and it was good. It was weak.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good.
It is bad in hindsight to threaten the people who can only drink as
Right.
an activity for
Right.
9 months out of the year.
Right.
It's like, oh
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, speaking of your space segment, that was something that happened, or
Yeah.
we aired last week,
that's right.
which was you learning about having the logistics and difficulties of having sex in space.
That's right. Because we got to if we're going to go to space, we truly have to learn how to reproduce there.
I enjoy the segment very
Right.
much. My mind was like, can't you just, give it to yourself, put it in like a little jar, and then be like, ma'am, I present you with mine sperm.
Right. Couldn't you just artificially inseminate?
But I guess they mentioned that like it's also for fun, and so they want it to be fun.
And there's also a huge social connection thing when you have sex. I mean, I don't know about for
Really?
you, but when I have sex, it's a huge... So this piece, which is called Sex in Space, there's two space sexologists in Montreal who are truly studying how to reproduce in space. And if you may have the same questions I have, which is like, well, don't you just do it the same way you do in America? Well, let me tell you a few things. They don't even know how ovulation works in a zero gravity environment. They don't know how sperm swim in a zero gravity environment or a different gravity environment.
I didn't even think about that.
Exactly. We don't think about any of this shit. We know how to fertilize an egg here on Earth with the oxygen levels and nitrogen levels and gravity. So this is actually like important shit. Certainly here at the Daily Show, we are going to approach it with the comedy glasses on. But it is actually interesting. If we're going to burn this Earth to death and we want to send people to Mars or wherever, we need to know how to reproduce there.
How were the two scientists you talked to?
They were great.
Because they were very. I couldn't tell if they were like, I'm playing along, or
Yeah.
if they're like, actually, I do take this very seriously. And
They were wonderful. They didn't want to come off as like goofy scientists, so they played it straight, which only helps us more in some ways. But they were laughing, and they were very. I mean, look. What everyone has to always remember: these people agree to do the interview, and in a lot of ways, through this podcast, through people watching it, through watching it air, like they do get their message out. I mean, we are truly studying something interesting here. They were a lot of fun, and we thank them for their time. And they gave me my own sex suit.
you got to keep it.
It's somewhere in my suitcase. Yeah.
I think that may be the most I've seen of your chest and stomach.
So step aside, Tom Hanks. You may have saved Apollo 13, but for the first time in recorded history, I'm going to have sex in a space simulator.
I told this to Stacey Angeles. Here. There's the shot, Alan. Thank you. I told this
I don't know. Some reason about the cut makes it seem like almost painted on.
like I'm wearing a T-shirt of a
Yeah.
mediocre body.
yeah.
I don't know. And Alan, please keep this in the podcast. Alan, promise me you'll keep this in the podcast.
I promise.
Okay. This is like the 4th fucking piece in a row where my shirt's been off. And I'm just going like, what is going on?
Have you been getting in better shape or?
No, it's not me pitching it. I don't know. Like, who on this staff keeps putting me in my shirt off? Is that really? That's not like. Is that's anyways.
It's a masculine form.
Thank you very much. And then I'm going.
That's the most neutral.
I'm going to Oakland to shoot something, and Zach is like, "Oh, in the end, you're in your underwear," and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on here? Is everybody?"
It does feel like you're being treated the way like a female anchor would be treated in the 40s. Like,
Right. Yeah.
why don't you show me them gams?
I mean, I guess it says something about the Daily Show, how attractive everybody isn't here. If I'm the sex guy,
you're our hot. That's what's gonna get us the Emmy. Is we're just trying to make you as naked as possible.
Stacey always involves me in some gross capacity. I've done pieces with her about male vasectomies, which I think a vasectomy is male, because if it's a woman's vasectomy, it's a hysterectomy.
Yes.
There you go. This was my favorite shot right here. I think they said
69ing the
yeah,
doll.
I'm 69ing on the moon. 69ing on the moon. And I'm wearing this thing that when you jump. So this thing I'm wearing here, it mimicked gravity on the moon. So there is a little bit of gravity on the moon, but there's not that much. So when you jump, you go real fucking high and you come down slowly. And this thing was cool. So I was just saying how easier it would be to 69 somebody like that on the moon.
Well, it feels like you'd only be able to do what on Earth would be exotic positions, because if you're going like doggy, one thrust, that woman's going around
Correct.
or man around the entire planet.
Well, that's why they wear the spacesuit, so you can Velcro to each other, because otherwise you would shoot them off, depending on who's thrusting who, of course.
Well, now I'm thinking of if you're both thrusting,
Yeah.
a very fun Looney Tune scenario where you're behind, you thrust, they go around the planet, they come back around,
they
get
thrust
you, and so you just keep orbiting.
This is very Looney Tunes. And it should be noted for any young people that are watching, if you 69 somebody, there is no reproduction happening.
Yeah.
It's just something to think about.
I don't know, maybe in space it can.
Also, you see that guy in the red shirt? Mm-hmm. Didn't like my comedy. All right, moving on.
I'm just here to do a job. So that's what's been going on. Now for things to come, we have the Texas primary election, big election between Crockett and Tallarico.
That sounds like the two guys who started Miami Vice.
Crockett and Tallarico. It does sound like a buddy comedy. This summer with Crockett and Tallarico. It seems like Tallarico's a bit more favored by progressives, but then I just saw a poll that had Crockett really far ahead of Tallarico. Okay. And so, because this year also is, well, I don't know, every year Democrats get their hopes up that they can win Texas.
Yeah.
And they keep getting close.
They get closer. I mean, remember, Georgia was like this for a long time. You could never, and now it's like purple. So eventually, I a lot of motherfuckers are moving to Texas, man.
Yeah. And they're breaking records with turnout right now. I know Democrats are like hugely amped up to vote, and they keep winning all of these special elections.
Yeah.
But Texas, it really does feel like Lucy in the football to me in a way.
Yes, correct. I'll tell you this. I'm thankful that I know about this Texas primary. I will not hire a babysitter so I can sit and watch the results. Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't live there, but Godspeed.
Godspeed, Texas. Keep putting up a good fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Iran war speculation. Okay.
I thought we obliterated Iran's nuclear. Remember, we bombed them, and Trump said no one's ever been bombed like that before. Of all the people in the whole world, no one's seen such a bombing.
Yeah. Never to be dealt with again.
Yeah, now they're back.
It's very much lazy writing. It's like that new Star Wars movie. It's like somehow Iran returned. It's like, okay.
He used the word completely obliterated, and they're back.
I'm just like, I feel like I understand. Well, one, I'm like, obviously, personally, I'm against military intervention, but I feel like the nations we've fought against in my lifetime, Iraq, Afghanistan,
Yeah.
These small countries. I'm like, God, I don't think people know that there's 100 million people in Iran. I'm like, guys, this is going to be, even if you are the biggest war hawk in the world, it's not going to be some cakewalk.
Right. Like look at Kuwait.
Yeah. Kuwait's, I think, the only military intervention in my entire lifetime that went well.
Right.
And I was like 4.
It does seem like it's like he's picking up just his whole campaign was to get out of these foreign wars and make life better for the declining America.
You surprised that you didn't keep your promise?
Oh, fuck. I'm surprised at the level that he hasn't kept the promise.
It is very blatant. And it's because, as we were talking about, the House introduced the bill to rein in the war powers. But obviously there's a lot of Republicans who are against it. But even some Democrats. And it's, even when you ask some Democrats about, it's like, what do you think about the war? A lot of them won't say outright that they're against it. They're like, well, it should be done properly.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
I'm just
fucking come out, mother. I know.
Maybe it's an age thing, but it feels like Iran does not have this sense of threat, at least to people my age, as like it does with older populations. It's kind of like when Fox News talks about socialism, and it's like, I understand you lived through the Cold War, but this emotionally is a very foreign threat to me.
What you're saying is we don't want to fuck with Iran.
I don't think it would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Just based off Iraq and Afghanistan.
And keep in mind, Trump said we had dealt with it. But, I'm all for, like, take all that money you're about to spend in Iran and open up a fucking government agency that gives everybody a passport, and then they can go travel the world and then realize, like, hey, we got a lot we can do better here.
The thing I'm surprised about, too, I think is the biggest change in terms of war with the Trump administration compared to others, is just they don't try to create a narrative anymore.
Right. It just...
Like, there was so much pageantry around entering Iraq, so many good lies. Colin Powell's out there.
The weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, and now there's like, we're taking the oil. I don't even know if they've brought up a reason for Iran yet. It's truly, he's just like, I don't like them, we're going.
We're going. Yeah, I don't want to pay for this shit. All right, what's next?
Oh, now we are at the Daily Show and Tell, where you tell me something that you've watched, read, listened to, argued about, or just been on your mind lately. Has anything been keeping you up? Thing you've been ruminating on?
This
cool TV show?
This documentary, The Perfect Neighbor, is really powerful. It's definitely kept me up. It's not funny, so do what you want with that, Canadian corner. Is the Olympics over?
Olympics is over.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Did they do the closing ceremonies?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Alyssa Liu.
You know what? Let's talk about the Alps for a second.
Bring it up.
The mountain range of the Alps spans 8 European countries. That's wild.
I don't know.
Because I'm always like, hey, I want to go skiing in the French Alps. Oh, now the Italian Alps are in the Olympics. Oh, there's a Swiss Alps. Oh, there's Austrian Alps. I didn't know that. And I'm very excited about the opportunity of someday skiing the Alps.
The entire...
Yeah, I'm going to ski
like
from
cross country.
Yeah, it's like how you can ski in Lake Tahoe from Nevada to California. I want to ski from, and I'm just brainstorming here because I don't actually know, Latvia to Finland to France to Italy, all through the Alps. Check on that, motherfuckers.
Yes. That is a worthwhile project.
I would like to know the 8. Alan, sorry. Can you Google the 8 countries that the Alps exist in? I'm gonna guess them. I'm gonna guess them. Italy, France, Austria, Switzerland. Is Latvia up there? All right.
Okay.
France, Switzerland. I was gonna say Germany, but I got the first 4. Germany, Slovenia, Liechtenstein, and Monaco. Whoa, Monaco has the fucking Alps? Stretching from the Mediterranean Sea to the Danube.
I feel like it'd be more fun to end at the sea.
Yeah, I feel like I should
like
be
a nice
skiing.
swim at the end.
All right, can you pull up a map? I want to see my route from north to south.
I mean, this is definitely the most inventive midlife crisis I've seen.
So I'm going to start in Austria, get my way to Liechtenstein, through Switzerland, Yep, there's Italy. France, I'll pop into. I see. Wow, it goes all the way down almost to Nice. And we'll finish in Monaco, right? Dude, this is going to be the sickest. Alps, Monaco, Western Alps. Wow.
Have you been cross-country skiing before?
I have been cross-country skiing before.
Is it brutal?
Cross-country skiing is awesomely hard and awesomely not as much fun as downhill skiing.
So
You understand
why-
this is downhill skiing?
This is I thought this was cross-country.
Sorry. The Alps would be downhill skiing.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just so far. Eventually we'd have to go back up.
I'm sure you'd have to, at some point, cross-country ski, yeah. Anyways, what are you watching and showing, and what's been on your mind lately? Don't say the Alps.
No, it's been that new Game of Thrones spinoff.
What's it called?
It's like A Tale of the Seven Kingdoms or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I didn't really watch that I watched a few seasons of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And I did enjoy it. But this one is so fun to me because in the original Game of Thrones, it follows these princes and lords and witches and like these very powerful people and these leaders. But this one is just about a guy.
Okay.
And the only thing special about him is that he's really tall. He's like 7 feet tall.
The opposite of Peter Dinklage.
He's the anti-Dinklage. And it's just so funny because in the original, you know, they're having these big debates and talks between nations and each other, but he's just some guy, so he'll go up to all these different lords and everyone's that sees him is like, why don't you fuck off? Like, she's just a peasant. And so it's funny to see just how the lives of how people in Game of Thrones, how they're affected by the things they do.
Right.
And it's just, life sucks.
Right.
It's like, there'll be a scene where he'll just be like vomiting because he ate bad bread.
Yeah, I mean, they must have been sick, a small infection, a cut, food.
He's trying to find, half the time he's like, I really need some food. I'm really hungry.
Yeah, I mean, the shit, like, yeah, whenever we watch these castle movies, they never really show us, like, where people are shitting.
Yeah. Oh, for one of the first scenes, he has diarrhea. It's great.
That sounds so good. I can't wait to watch it.
There's also fights. The fights are also fun too because, you know, I feel typically when you watch a TV show, like the hero is like skilled and gallant, but he again is just a guy.
Right.
So he'll go up against the big bad guy and they'll just start whooping his ass.
Right.
Because they're trained and he's not.
Right.
And he's just struggling. And I just find him hilarious that he's just.
It's like what a real person
It's
was
like if you were in Game of Thrones.
Right.
It was like, oh, this is hard and bad.
Yeah, this time sucked. I look forward to checking that out. That's the pre-cap.
Yeah, so yes, that is the pre-cap. Again, I'm Randall Otis. Catch Michael Kosta.
I'm Michael
hosting
Kosta.
The Daily Show this week on Comedy Central, Paramount Plus, and right here in podcast form on The Daily Show Ears Edition.
Got your ears, motherfucker.
Explore more shows from The Daily Show podcast universe by searching The Daily Show wherever you get your podcasts. Watch The Daily Show weeknights at 11, 10 Central on Comedy Central, and stream full episodes anytime on Paramount Plus.
This has been a Comedy Central podcast.